Out of nowhere, Shiba Inu is suddenly rallying. The question is why? The news say that whales are accumulating the token, but I'm not sure if that's really what's going on. Let's have a look at the on-chain data and stop reading headlines. This is the recent rally, but once we zoom out, we can see there is more to the picture. Shiba Inu has been struggling for quite a while, so why would then a whale suddenly start buying the token that aggressively? Hi, my name is Gerhard. I've been in the crypto space for the last 8 years. I hit my first million 3 years ago, and that is mainly through active trading of altcoins. My track record is on the website linked down below. In the last 2 years, I started to publish my trades in real time. We made 48% per annum with the current open trades. We are at an all-time high. And every single trade that I made over the last 2 years is publicly available on this website. This is all the trades that have been closed. Feel free to check out the track record. The current open trades are of course available for the premium members. Now Shiba Inu is not just a meme coin anymore. It's its own ecosystem. It has a dedicated decentralized exchange. It has a dedicated decentralized autonomous organization. There's lots of different applications. Some people on X think that the recent rally of Shiba Inu is due to a supply shock, as in many SHIB tokens got removed from exchanges. When there's no supply on the exchanges and the whales are buying in, then the price can rally. That's the official narrative. But have a look at this chart over here. This is Shiba Inu relative to the rest of the altcoin market. Long term, it tends to trend down. And every now and then we get those quick price spikes. We had one over here. We had the strongest price spike in March of 2024. And now we just start another spike, which also indicates how much potential upside there still is from the current levels, a bit over 110%. Here's a very similar chart. This is Shiba Inu relative to Bitcoin. Again, it tends to trend down most of the time, and every now and then we get a rally. Versus BTC, the upside is even a bit higher, almost 150% from here. Now, why do those price spikes happen in the first place? My theory is that many people are betting on the falling price of Shiba Inu. Since the token tends to trend down most of the time, if enough people are betting on a falling price, it might make sense for the heavyweights to manipulate the price, to force liquidate all of that money that's betting on a further decline. That's, I think, really what's going on. It's not just a supply shock. By the way, if you're on X, feel free to also follow the account of this channel. I publish data regularly over here. Make sure though that you follow the right account. So that's at Bitcoin Strat. Please don't follow a fake account. Now Shiba Inu has no supply expansion. It might even slightly shrink in its supply because there's a burning mechanism. That burning is directly related to the usage though. And unfortunately, there's not that much usage. It would take 132 years just to burn 1% of the supply. Again, what I think is the price driver here is not the spot market. On the spot market, we only had 37 million worth of trading volume in the last 24 hours. On the perpetual futures market though, we had more than 300 million worth of trading volume. So this is really what's going on. People are betting on rising and on falling prices, and then the heavyweights, they manipulate the price in a certain direction to then benefit them. In other words, when many retail investors are betting on a falling price, it might be the market makers that take the opposite direction, that take the other side of the trade, that bet on rising prices, and then they buy up the supply on the spot market to ensure that their bet will then turn out profitable. Have a look at the funding rate of Shiba Inu. It tends to hover at around 0. The trading volume still, even with that recent rally, is rather low. But whenever there is a price spike, we see how the open interest goes up as well, as in the amount of bets on Shiba Inu expands. Once the short-term leveraged capital on the perpetual futures is coming down, that's also when the price tends to follow. And so I think this rally is simply a classical short squeeze. We see that in the data as well, as in just have a look at how many shorts got liquidated. People are skeptical of that rally. They continue to bet on falling prices. And so the market makers continue to buy up the token. How long will this continue? Probably for as long as there are retail people that are willing to bet on the other direction. And again, those short squeezes can last for a while. So I think there's only two possible ways to trade this. The first way is to just run with the current momentum. So to bet on rising prices and then have a stop loss that adjusts as the price rises, because at some point we will definitely come back down again, but then we want to lock in those profits very quickly. That's one way to trade it. Another way is to do the exact opposite, to try to find an entry opportunity for when the price deflates again, because again, long term it tends to go down. The problem, of course, with betting on falling prices is we have to figure out when are we going to turn around. I am a fan of rather following the macro trend, and the macro trend is down. In other words, I think it's best to just wait and see. As long as the price still rallies, we want to be out. But if we wait for long enough, if we wait for another week or two, when nobody talks about Shiba Inu anymore, and at that point the price starts to come down, that's probably the best time to bet on falling prices. In the short term, we might go higher, but in the long term, over the next 2, 3, 4 weeks, we probably will turn around the exact same way as we did in the past. I think this rally is short-term manipulation, and that manipulation will revert at some point again. This in general my approach with most altcoins. Most altcoins tend to underperform Bitcoin most of the time, and so I bet on them to go down versus Bitcoin. So the recent position that we closed was near versus Bitcoin. We want to open both positions at the same time, right? Short near, long Bitcoin, just to make sure that we cancel out the general macro. I can't, of course, share all the positions that are currently open. That's for the premium members. However, down below you will find a pinned comment to this website over here. You can get one of the trades that I currently have open, that many premium members have open as well, completely for free. There's no payment here, there's no credit card here. This position is 100% free. And you can either get it via Telegram by scanning this code over here, or by clicking the button. Alternatively, you can also get it via email by plugging it in over here. There's more details how to set up those trades, how to set stop losses, how to set potential leverage, etc. That's all been sent to you as well in a dedicated premium video. So you don't just get the position, you also get the instructions of how to actually set this all up. Again, 100% for free. If it's your first time here, feel free to subscribe. I publish this regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. Helps the channel grow. See you next time. Cheers.